Lust is destroying you silently. Page 1. The silent enemy. You don't notice. Lust is one of the most deceptive forces in human psychology. It works quietly, slowly, and invisibly, almost like a shadow that grows without making noise. Most people don't realize how much damage lust causes until it has already taken over their thoughts, habits, and behavior. Unlike anger or fear, lust does not shout, it whispers. And that whisper is often stronger than any scream. It enters through curiosity, a glance, a thought, a fantasy, or a moment of loneliness. At first it feels harmless, like a natural instinct. But over time, it becomes a powerful internal trap that drains your energy, weakens your self-control, and disconnects you from your real goals. Lust does not destroy you suddenly. It destroys you slowly, silently, and consistently. Page 2. How lust hijacks the mind. Lust targets the brain's reward system. It manipulates the release of dopamine, the pleasure chemical, and slowly rewires your mind to chase temporary satisfaction. Every time you give in, your brain becomes slightly weaker in controlling impulses. You start losing interest in real relationships, personal goals, studies, career, and self-development. Your mind begins to drift toward fantasy instead of action. The mental hijacking begins small, maybe a late-night thought, a video, a memory, or scrolling endlessly through seductive images. Eventually, the brain starts craving stronger stimulation, leaving you mentally restless and distracted. This cycle keeps you trapped, promising pleasure but delivering emptiness. Page 3. The emotional damage. You don't see lust creates emotional instability. The temporary pleasure it provides is quickly followed by guilt, shame, and self-disgust. You begin to lose respect for yourself. There's a constant inner conflict. I want to stop, but I can't. This creates emotional exhaustion. You may start feeling lonely, insecure, anxious, or unmotivated. Relationships begin to feel shallow because lust trains you to see people as objects, not as humans. Emotionally, lust numbs you. You lose your ability to feel genuine connection, compassion, or long-term attachment. You start running away from meaningful bonds and start leaning toward instant gratification. Page 4. The spiritual weakening. Every religion, philosophy, and spiritual tradition warns against uncontrolled lust, not because desire is evil, but because uncontrolled desire steals your inner strength. Spiritual energy depends on mental clarity, self-discipline, and purity of intention. Lust drains these qualities. It weakens your focus, your willpower, and your moral compass. When lust dominates the mind, you cannot meditate deeply. You cannot think clearly. You cannot trust yourself. You cannot grow spiritually. You begin to feel disconnected from life's deeper meaning and become dependent on shallow pleasures. Page 5. How lust destroys relationships. Lust creates unrealistic expectations from real people. It programs your mind to seek pleasure, not partnership. This leads to overthinking, jealousy, disconnection, sudden anger, possessiveness, emotional numbness. You stop valuing loyalty, patience, and communication. You start chasing fantasies instead of appreciating real love. Many relationships fail because one partner becomes emotionally distant due to lust-driven thinking. Page 6. The rebirth of a stronger you. When you overcome lust, you regain your energy, clarity, and confidence. Your mind becomes sharper, your focus returns, and your inner strength grows. You start feeling alive again, more in control, more motivated, more peaceful. Lust destroys silently, but self-control rebuilds silently. The world won't see your fight, but you will feel the transformation inside. You become someone who is respected, disciplined, emotionally stable, and spiritually grounded. Remember, lust is not stronger than you. It only wins when you stop fighting. But the moment you start taking control, lust begins to lose.